Hi everyone, welcome to the Tesla Economist. Please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
It's very easy to get swept into the excitement that is Tesla, the company that is changing the world, with a visionary that some say is the smartest man on the planet. But any good investor must be as objective as they can with all the information they have. In investing, it's very easy to lie to yourself and convince yourself that the company you've backed may quite not be the company you once thought it was. New information and numbers may come to light. It's your job to analyse these and make sure you are still invested in a good company. It's arguable that robotaxis have the most lucrative potential of the Tesla business model, but I haven't heard anyone break down the potential economic impact, whether it's good or bad. So let's explore what could be some of the potential downsides to robotaxis. We will discuss potential solutions to any negative issues that may arise. We'll explore any potential new services that will become as a result of robotaxis, along with how they could potentially integrate with the boring company. So what are the potential downsides to robotaxis? Well, supply and demand. This is controlled by price. In essence, what Robotaxis has done has dramatically reduced price. Therefore, we should expect demand to spike. Except when you're driving to a destination, the cost isn't just the car and the gas, it's also your time. A half an hour journey probably only costs about $5 in your car now, but it also takes up 30 minutes of your time. If you earn $30 an hour, then that's $15 of your time, in addition to the $5 cost. In other words, as we love to say in economics, there is an opportunity cost of your time. In other words, even if robotaxis are totally free, it doesn't mean everyone is just suddenly going to go for rides everywhere just because they don't cost any money. In fact, due to technology, it might even mean less cars are on the road. Rather than you getting a robotaxi from home to town by yourself, the robotaxis will be able to pick up other passengers on the road during the trip too. The ride sharing further reduces the cost of travel again, but more importantly, it will reduce the number of cars necessary to be on the road. Within time, I expect inevitably Tesla will be offering a delivery van, but until then anyway, there is also the Cybertruck, with a large bed that can be used for cargo. So in other words, there could be autonomous delivery available soon. With robotaxis getting the price of transport down so low, suddenly delivery prices have come down. For example, now you can get a pizza delivered for $1 instead of $5. It also opens up a whole new market to delivering things that were not previously feasible. I mean, if it costs just $1 or $2 to deliver something across town within 30 minutes, it's not a big cost. Imagine you wanted to send an important document across town for someone to sign. You use your Tesla app to order a Tesla vehicle. It arrives in minutes, just like Uber. You then put your contract inside the vehicle and send it off. The receiver is then alerted that the Tesla has arrived for the package. The receiver then gets the contract to sign. The sender would also receive an alert letting them know the package reached its destination. Tesla would also have the entire process on camera. This will create a surge in demand for delivery, quite possibly too much. It actually isn't even if we have robotaxis, but just FSD. You could send your own car off to do chores for you, collect items around town, and then bring it back to you. Shops and restaurants will have an FSD drive-through where they will know what products or meals each car is there to pick up. They can then put said items into the vehicle that the vehicle owner has paid for and wants delivered back home. It makes you rethink Amazon. If you can order online with Tesla and get anything local delivered within perhaps an hour or so, with less delivery cost than Amazon too, it could work like this. You could order something online, the order will come with a Tesla code. You insert this code into your Tesla app, it then sets your car off to the destination to pick up the item. The car drives through the drive-through shop. The shop is able to scan some unique identifying number to the Tesla to match the Tesla code. The shop worker goes and finds the items and places it in the vehicle, signs it off on the app, and then the car returns to the customer. In fact, if this becomes more popular for most people than shopping, then it would likely be more like a drive-through warehouse possibly. So everyone is going to be using their cars to do errands for them, or hiring robotaxis. In fact, Tesla could possibly produce the FSD trailer, a trailer that just travels around picking up and delivering items that cost a lot less than a car and takes up less space on the roads. Surely now, with all these extra uses for cars and lower delivery prices, there'll be a surge in demand. Of course there will be. Everyone will be using their car for anything they can, especially if it saves them an hour of driving across town. Things they couldn't be bothered doing before because of the drive can now be done autonomously. So that would mean we'd end up with way too many cars on the road. Supply and demand. When price decreases, demand increases. This is obviously a major problem. The traffic would become intolerable. That would end up losing all forms of road transport. So obviously something would need to be done. Well, supply and demand could be controlled more with pricing. When it's peak demand, then robotaxis become much more expensive. However, it's also peak demand when robotaxis make such a difference, as they're able to rideshare to take people to work. If it was too expensive, then less people would use it and take the cheaper forms of transport, like cycling. So perhaps you just ban all robotaxis for delivery around the peak hours. I don't think that would be enough though. I would expect there would still be too much traffic. I mean, think about this alternative of delivering that is a quarter of the price of a regular delivery company and gets there in an hour. Everyone would just rather use that. But a regular delivery van could have dozens of packages, whereas the Tesla would have just had one package per vehicle. So maybe that's the solution. Tesla's Robotaxi delivery van trailer, or whatever it might end up looking like, who knows with Tesla, will be able to take multiple packages. But there isn't a driver there to help assist with each package. But do we need a driver? I don't think robot technology is close to manually delivering packages to doors. Despite the sheer expense, there are so many more things that can go wrong with a robot. So you don't want to add to the complexity. So what about a box with multiple compartments of various sizes? You order the Tesla delivery van with the app, it turns up to your house, you go up to the van and it opens a compartment. In the app you've selected what size compartment you want. You place your item in the compartment and close the door. The Robotaxi delivery van then takes it to the destination. The recipient is alerted on the app that the delivery has arrived. They are then able to open the compartment with the app. But what if no one is there to accept the delivery? Well, that might be a bit of a problem. Or is it? If we're at this level of technology, then we're willing to go all in, by which I mean we might have to reinvent the letterbox. Destinations will have to have a Tesla letterbox. The Tesla van drives up to the letterbox and then transfers the contents from the compartment to the letterbox. If you don't have a letterbox, you can't receive Tesla deliveries. It's that simple. But that's insane to think everyone will spend hundreds of dollars on some new tech letterbox. And yes, that's a lot to assume, but who says everyone has to use it? Let's say you have to spend $400 on a Tesla letterbox. That's an expensive letterbox, but from now on, you can receive deliveries for $1 instead of $5. After 100 deliveries, it's paid off. And the letterbox might be in a residence for decades. Who knows, maybe Tesla could end up delivering mail too. And okay, fine, I can hear you all shouting at the screen as to what you think the real solution is, so let's just say it. Yes, the Boring Company. The ultimate solution to traffic, as you can simply build a new lane below an existing. Well, yes, that will work. But would it be feasible if you're only going to charge $1 per delivery? Well, I firstly think that the vehicle dedicated to delivering one item at a time probably won't be allowed or be too expensive when compared to using a van with compartments or equivalent. So it wouldn't be a $1 delivery van. Each van may have 20 deliveries, so it would actually be more like $20 per trip. But maybe $1 is unnecessarily cheap. Perhaps $2 was cheap enough already. It would also depend on how the boring network would work and to where it would take you. Would you be able to get in the tunnel from your own street or have to go to a central hub in the neighbourhood? So in this case, I think it inevitable if we have robotaxis, then we need boring tunnels as part of the infrastructure if we are using them for delivering. So perhaps there'll be no autonomous delivery until a boring network is set up. And yes, it really does make sense for Tesla to buy the Boring Company. It's almost like having a train company separate from a rail company. It makes sense for them both to be in the same entity. Okay, thanks for listening. Please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.